Hey everyone, my name is Jonesy. Welcome back to my pool room. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I wanted to share a game with you that I discovered when I was down in Vegas for Worlds. The game is called Scratch. It was invented by a guy named Tom Ritenour, who also invented the rocket launcher, which is a billiard training device. He also made several different templates for setting up drills quickly and easily. Really good guy, really nice getting to know him, and this game is super fun, so I wanted to share it with you. I'm gonna put his information on the screen and down in the description. Definitely worth checking out if you can. Again, the game's called Scratch. It's super fun. Today I'm gonna go over the rules and then show you how to play. I'm gonna show you two different strategies that I've come up with so far. And if you try it at home, I would love to hear the different strategies you come up with to try to, let's all improve together. This game has a point system, which you want to end up with as few balls on the table at the end of the game. Perfect score would be 0, and that's the high score, and it goes up from there. So you can see ways of improving in this game, and there are also ways of increasing the level difficulty in this game. So today I'm just going to show you my two different strategies that I regularly play with, show you how to play it. I may or may not get the low score today. If I don't, part 2 of this, we're gonna make this a series. Part 2 of the Scratch series will be trying to master level 1 and completing it, and then we'll increase the level difficulty with each episode. So next we're gonna go over the rules. I'll stand over here so I can put the rules on the screen. Setup. We're gonna use the template I got from them to set up 13 balls across the head string, and then we put 1 ball down on the spot. The objective, using a cue, we're gonna hit the balls in line, eliminating balls by pocketing or scratching balls in the pockets. I'll say that again. You can make balls directly or scratch. You can carry them, you can combo, you can do what you need to. Hit the balls in line in order, starting from the left or the right. You can either start from the right or the left, but once you pick a side, you have to shoot in order from that side. The game ends when all the balls in the line have been hit. A ball must contact a ball outside of the line, meaning your starting shot, you have to hit that ball on the head string, and from there, you can hit any ball that's on the table outside of the line. The game ends if a ball does not contact a ball outside of the line, or if the line is disturbed. So if you miss a shot and it comes around and contacts any balls in the line, that ends your turn, and however many balls on the table left, that's your score. Only 1 ball from the line can move during the course of every shot. So exactly what I just said. The game ends if any of the remaining balls are moved in any way. Scoring. Score 1 point for each ball on the table at the end of the game. Eliminate all the balls on the table to score a 0. Now, I'll go over the variations here in a second. You can't just make both balls on the very opening shot and then shoot the rest down into the pocket. You have to make contact with a ball outside of the line in order for it to be illegal. If you accidentally clear the table besides what you have in the line, that ends the turn also. Variations. Move the line backward to make it harder. Place a so these are what I mentioned earlier. So that's it for the rules. That's it for the rules. I'll go over how we make this game harder, what we're gonna do for level 2, level 3 at the end of this video. Now I'm gonna show you how to actually play. And I'll probably talk my way through this because we're just learning today. And the goal will be to clear the table, but if I don't, that's okay. We're gonna make that goal for episode 2. So I'm gonna set up now. This is the template that I was referring to, and this is what I bought from his booth down in Vegas. I wanted to support his business. It's very cool. It's nice laser cut acrylic. He's got these handles on it. I'll show you what the purpose of those are. You'll just kind of roll your balls to the end of the table, and then with the template, you can just pull it towards the rail to scoop up the balls, fill all the spots, and then you can drop the last 2 balls. Then you can kind of position this between the 2 diamonds, and then I like to put my finger in the middle of it and just pull back, and the pull back lines up the balls perfectly in a line. So that's it. Now I'm gonna get the camera up in the overhead position, and we will, I'll show you how to play this game. Oh, almost grabbed the cue ball there. All right, so like I said, ooh, that's a little rough. All right, so as I said in the rules, you can start from either the left or the right, and we'll shoot them in order from that point. Now, as I mentioned, I play with 2 different, so far. I'm open to learning new ways of playing this game, but the 2 that I'm familiar with that I've been doing so far, one is trying to keep everything close to the end of the table, and one is keeping everything close to the middle of the table. The first one I tried was keeping it towards the low side of the table, so that's what I'm going to show you first. It works pretty well, I think, but I definitely prefer the middle table technique, which is why I want to show you that one second and why I like that one more. So I'm going to try my best to keep things as close to those pockets as possible. That way I can hopefully follow my last shot in. That's the goal, and that's the premise of this method, okay? So first shot. Not too bad. All right, next shot. I'll probably have to send like 14 closer to the other side. Kind of came up short there. That's fine. Now, you can carom, you can make it directly, you can do whatever you need to do. I don't really like the carom here because it's going to send the 14 to the middle of the table, so I'm going to just try to cut it in. You might already be seeing why this isn't my favorite method. Ooh, that's actually a pretty good shot. So what I'm going to do here is send the 4 down towards the towards that corner. I don't want to make it. I want to leave it in front of that. I'm just going to make the 12 in the side here. Ah, man. Tough leave, tough leave. All right. Like I said, I think you can already probably see why this isn't my favorite method. It's just touchy. All right. Hopefully make that into the side. See, this is why I don't really like this method, is because anything between the pockets is not a good shot. You're really making yourself struggle. I'll save my comments until we do this a second time. All right, so I'm going to try to bring the 13 off the rail by using a carom. We're going to just shoot that and try to follow down towards the pocket. Ooh, I missed. That sucks. So that's okay. It doesn't end any turn. It's probably a good thing, so I could actually show you the rules. Now that there are 2 balls on the table, I can shoot at either one of them. I can also attempt to try to make 2 balls at once because it's still leaving a ball on the table. So it's not always a bad thing to have more than 1 ball on the table. But now I'm gonna, between my next couple shots, I'm trying to make more than 1 ball on a turn. I'm gonna try to make that and kind of float over there. Hopefully drag it all the way. Nope. Oh, that's a really bad shot. All right, we've got our work cut out for us now. I'm gonna go for this combo because it's literally all I have. But I'm gonna kind of hit this with some paste to get some separation so I don't end up with another one of these. Hopefully I don't end up with 3 balls on the table. Look at that. And I block it. That's okay. So part of the rules that I didn't actually go over is it's okay if balls come up here. You don't have to just go for those 2 pockets. All of the pockets are available to you. You can bank, you can leave a ball up here and just shoot straight in, or shoot your balls in like that. It just can't disturb the row. That's the only rule about that. So I say that to say I can shoot this into the side, which I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna try to scratch over there. So that's the goal. It's not a great angle for it, but we're gonna try. Oh. Dang, all right. So, we're leaving ourselves tough. All right. Oh, I don't wanna do that. Have to. There we go. Okay. So now, I'm glad this happened so I could show you all of the rules. Now I am trying to make both balls. I still have to make that ball, but I am trying to scratch with the 1 ball. I can either, what I think I'm gonna try is to just try to drag it on over, but I could just try to get lucky and send it all over the place. I'm gonna try to drag it to the corner. I think that's the most controllable. It'd be a wild way to start. Perfect game on the very first try. Oh! Yes! All right! All right! That was extremely lucky. Well, I did scratch. That's the whole point of this game. I don't know how I got so lucky, but all right. So that's the first method, and I just said that that's my least favorite method. I didn't do a great job of it. We might do this a 3rd time, we'll see. But the whole point of that method is I am trying, I'll just show you a couple. You're trying, after the first shot, you're trying to make this and then leave, say I shoot it this way. You're trying to leave it as close to this pocket as possible. That way, when you're shooting, you can shoot it softly, make it, and then leave your next one. And then, leave your next one. Leave your next one. So that's the whole idea. But that's the problem, is it's hard to control. I was all over the table. Anyway, let's move on to my preferred method, which I'm saying that, and I'm probably not going to repeat the results from the first one, but I'm gonna show you my preferred method now, and explain why I like that. Might as well show you guys again this handy dandy, why this template's so cool. Oh. I miscounted. Oh well. Well, it's fast if you're not flinging balls down unnecessarily. There we go, set it up. Lift the template, perfect line. All right, so my preferred method is keeping the spare ball closer to the center of the table. So I'm gonna, as close to this line as possible is where I want to leave my leaves. Good start. A little heavy-handed, but we're good. Ooh, actually, I left it kind of tough given. So the one problem with keeping it closer to the center of the table, this is my biggest reason why this is well, this is the one con to this method, is because you have to shoot them in order, there is a line where, like my next ball after the purple one here is the 10, I can only go to about here because of where the 8 is. I can't contact any of the other balls in the line. So I have to be careful about my leave here. I'm off angle. I can't go too far or my turn is done early. So I might actually shoot this with a little forward and just recover here in a bit. So not that much. We're good. All right, so I could, this isn't the best start to my favorite method here. That's a good recovery though. Now this is a perfect spot and why I love this method. I'm gonna do a lot of stop shots and just try to control my leave. And this is one of the reasons I think this is such a good drill too, is because of this right here. First shot. Just like that. Left it for my next one, still relatively in the middle of the table, still low enough that I can use the rail to come back out. Hit that a little too hard, but that's fine. We are getting closer to where we can utilize both pockets. So let's continue. At least we're shooting, at least we're pocketing balls. I'm not leaving them the best, but that's fine. Ooh, I knew as soon as I hit that. So now we're in a pickle. So I'm gonna attempt to make 2 balls on this shot. Dang it, that was not great. So I'm not in a great position right now. Only a few balls left. Man, not a good example of why I like to keep it in the middle. That's actually a good part about this game though, is you can shoot this so many different ways. That's why I want to hear how you guys choose to do this. You can do this any way. There's no wrong way of doing this. I really made this tough on myself. So we're gonna have to try to make 2 balls. Ah, man. Oh, all right. It's funny because in this game you want to scratch and sometimes you just can't figure out how to scratch. When in a regular game, when you're trying not to scratch, sometimes you scratch and it's like, how the heck did I do that? All right, we're back down to 1 ball, pretty good position. We gotta figure out, I think what I'm gonna try to do is carom the 5 in to bring the 9 to the center of the table, and hopefully then I can show you why I like this method. Oh, overhit it. If I can get, if it had bounced out and I could be straight, that would have been fantastic. All right, well, how do I want to try to scratch? I'm just gonna make the 9 there so I can at least guarantee that I'm gonna be left with 1. Do I wanna try to use a bunch of forward? I think that's what I'm gonna try to do. I don't know how else to hit this. That's okay. I'm happy with 1. That's pretty good. It doesn't beat my first score, but that's okay. So those are the 2 ways that I play it. I was gonna try to save beating level 1 for episode 2. So real quick, I'm just gonna go over how to up the level difficulty. So episode 2 is going to be trying to beat level 2 of this game. So I'm gonna set it up real quick. Scoop. All right, so for level 2, you start setting it up the same way. And then you take this ball and you put it on the rail in the center of the table. This is level 2. Now you are playing the normal game, and at some point you have to work out how to free up that ball. So this is a situation where you could make 2 balls on the opening shot if you want, but this is level 2, introducing an extra ball. Same rules apply, but this was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's really fun. I think it's a very addictive game. I played it so many times when I was down there, just hanging out with Tom, getting back in line, you know, over and over. It's super fun. It's very addicting, and it's a great way to do drills, but make them fun. This is a really good way to drill shots you're not used to, like holding those shots like I was not doing a good job of. But yeah, it's a really fun game. Try it out. You don't need the template. That just makes it quicker to set it up. But you can just set them up by hand too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you in the part 2 of this, where I take on level 2. But I think the next one after this is going to be a race against the Ghost. I've got some unfinished business with the Ghost, so that's gonna be the next one. I'll see you in the next video.